Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at Starhenge. Starhenge is what inspired Starhenge inside of Dawn of Fire. So we're going to be taking a look at how it was made and how the Colossals put it together. I think we might have just made a new fan, guys. There was someone waving in the window to us. If I get Starhenge and Starhenge mixed up, by the way, you know which one I'm on about. We'll call it Storm, we'll call it Stone, so we're getting somewhere, I think. Just arrived at Stone, and I've got to say, there's loads of people out here. I was only expecting 30 probably, but there's literally so many people, and I think that just comes to show how much of a cultural landmark that Stone actually is, and how that might have potentially have made its leaps towards making its debut on Star in the first place. As Starhenge probably wouldn't have been influenced by it if it wasn't this popular, to be honest. So here we are, this is Starhenge, and we can see all of the different information about it here. So I say that we go ahead and walk down there now. So we are approaching towards Starhenge right now, which we're going to be calling Stone throughout the vlog. Starhenge was built 4,500 years ago, and linking that back to Dawn of Fire, Dawn of Fire's timeline was actually inside of the prehistoric ages of the monsters world. With Starhenge, it was built by an unknown culture. Now, in My Singing Monsters, we actually know that the Colossals built Starhenge. So, unlike with Starhenge, however, we do have a bit of an idea with that one. But Starhenge too, its purpose behind why it was built is actually rather unknown. Now, with Starhenge, we know back in Dawn of Fire that the Celestials' home is Starhenge, and that's the reason why the Colossals built it in the first place. But Starhenge over here, they don't have a clue what it's made for. So over in the prehistoric ages, people took little carvings out of Starhenge, and that's what gives it its fragmented appearance. So over inside of Dawn of Fire, as you know, on Starhenge, it's also got that kind of fragmented appearance with the different way that it animates and functions. So on Starhenge, you see the little tidbits poking out of the structure of it, don't you? Also, I know we can't get close because there's a little wire, but on the individual stones, there's little carvings, and that links towards the elements that are emplaced on each little slab circulating around Starhenge inside of Dawn of Fire. If we take a look to the very left there too, you will notice a very peculiar, odd-looking stone. And this stone is not just any ordinary stone. It is in fact the very one, I think, that is supposed to be referencing towards the one that the Colossals use. Their little sigil that floats around Starhenge is represented by the heel stone over there. So right behind us right now is the heel stone, and the heel stone was used in pointing in the direction of the sun. So the stones align with the Colossals axis in midwinter. So in midwinter, when the sun is actually setting and coming down, you can see amongst the heel stone that it points in that direction, and that's how it was used in past times in order to do that. Now, obviously inside of Dawn of Fire, that is a bit irrelevant. However, it does all interlink, and when we go over Starhenge's link towards the stars and Stonehenge's, I think it'll all come together and you guys will understand. So right behind us from the heel stone is the avenue. The avenue is also used as a guide towards the creators who made Starhenge in symbolizing where the sun sets. So just like the Colossals, they were actually very much intrigued in keeping all of the inhabitants behind this intact. If we take a look right over there, there's two stones, well, rather the really large one that you're looking at right at the back, it's actually fell the other compartment to it, but when it was fully compiled together, it pointed in the direction towards when the sun was coming up. So just alike to how when the sun set, it points at the avenue there, which leads towards a riverbank, that points toward the sun coming up. And if we go back to its constellations back in Dawn of Fire 2, you guys will know that they were very much into the idea of constellations, and obviously that's all harkens back towards the Celestials' origins. Even though it was that long ago, people had the symbolization of the sun and the seasons and the weather, so just thinking about all of these different times is absolutely wonderful. Right over here, the one with the very slot at the very top, that's the one that was used to symbolize the different settings between the sun. So when it came up, the stone that fell right back there, combined with that one, you could see right through it when the sun would come up. On the stones too, you might notice over there that they're rather greyed out. This wasn't actually the case all the way back when they were built. When Starhenge was built, they were found blue. The stones here, I think, also are represented inside of Starhenge. As inside of Starhenge, you see them little greyed out bits, them creamy bits amongst it too, don't you? The link that has confused me between Starhenge and Starhenge is the stone's origins. We know behind Starhenge that the Colossals built this structure, but what we don't know is how the stones came to be. And just like with Stonehenge back here, that's another link, isn't it? I think the slots change in positioning too, and those little slots on top becoming rather worn away, and the structures that were once on top of it, I think is also very much a link towards Celestial Island and its deceit into becoming a colossal inhabitant island.
This video was unlike anything that I'll probably ever get the chance to make, and it was so surreal to get the chance to see all of these references in real life. Already, when I first walked into the hotel, the main Stonehenge hotel, there was constellations amongst the wall, and I just immediately thought back to the celestial constellations. Getting to see it in real life was really something else, and Starhenge is my favourite Dawn of Fire island, so getting to see it just meant a lot. And everyone was really sweet there, and honestly it was a big confidence booster too. It was really cool to carry the camera around with me, and I feel like I got some really cool shots. I'm editing it together now, and I'm pretty impressed with how it came together. I think I did pretty well to say it's the first time that I've really gone out in the open in a video before. Even though I'm saying now that it's probably my only time that I'm going to be doing this, I could totally see doing something like this again if you guys want it. So definitely let me know if you did enjoy this vlog, and if you'd like to see some more My Singing Monsters content just like this, as this was a lot of fun, and I would love to do something else again if you guys want.
And we're back from our Stonehenge vlog, and to that I propose a question to you, the community now. This vlog delves headfirst into the Colossals and their lore, and as you guys know, we had a huge reveal recently that the Colossals are going to be coming. But to that, I have a bit of a question to propose. Why have I not talked about it? Now, as you guys know, the Colossals are the biggest thing that I would ever want to come to My Singing Monsters. So there's got to have been some kind of a reason why I wouldn't talk about it, right guys? Well, to that actually, I want to go and get something, because over here I realised a very peculiar looking journal, and this journal I've honestly not seen around for quite a while, but all of a sudden I'm staying in this nice place. I've been to Stonehenge for this vlog and it's just turned up. So I figured, you know what guys, why don't we take a look inside, because maybe there might be answers in there. So moving on from our page last time from the lore journals, maybe there's a hint towards what could be coming next. Don't worry guys, we've got lots of Colossals content on the way, as their mark will be told.